for naming the compounds. So the first formula we are supposed to follow is secondary prefix plus primary prefix plus root word plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. Secondary prefix explains us about the particular minor functional group or carbon containing substituents. And primary prefix explains about if the structure is cyclic structure, then you are supposed to give it as cyclo. A root word will be indicating the number of carbon atoms, and primary suffix will explain us about the particular the ane, ene, ein. If it is ane, then you will get a single bond. If it is a ene, then you will be getting as a double bond. If it is a ein, you will be writing it as a triple bond. And for secondary suffix, it is given as that is major functional group. So first and foremost thing is we are supposed to follow the particular formula, that is secondary prefix plus primary prefix plus root word plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. And here root word will be explaining us about the number of carbon atoms. If it is containing the number of carbon atoms, then the root word, what is it? If it is number of carbon atoms is 1, then the root word will be the meth. If it is 2 carbons, then it is known as eth. 3 carbons, prop. 4 carbons, but. 5 carbons, pent. 6 carbons, hex. If it is 7 carbon atoms, then it is known as hepta. 8 carbon atoms, octa. 9 carbon atoms, non. 10 carbon atoms, dec. If it is 11, then it is undec, and 12 it is dodec. So these are the particular root words. So what you will be doing is, whenever you have the particular root word, that is for each and every molecule you will have a root word. That is nothing but the number of carbon atoms we have to find out. So this is the particular number of carbon atoms. Now when you are writing the nomenclature, that is the naming the compound, if suppose a molecule is containing carbon chain lengths only, then what are the rules we are supposed to follow? So first always check with the longest carbon chain length. So longest carbon chain length means that is a parent chain. If I am taking an example, here it is containing like this, okay, and this is the particular molecule if I am containing. Now we have to check the longest carbon chain length. Here it is containing only one carbon as a substituent, and but to this particular carbon it is attached with the 2 carbon atoms, 1, and here it is 2 carbons. So the longest will become the down part. So this will be your longest carbon chain length. So first always we have to check with the longest carbon chain length. Then we have to give the particular numbering. Next one, numbering a particular molecule. Numbering can be either from the right side or from the left side, but the thing is we have to check with, suppose the same particular structure if I am taking here, that is 5 carbon atoms. Now always we have to go with the lowest sum rule. Lowest sum rule should be followed. So the substituent is in the third position. Either of the side, if I take the numbering, it will be the same because third position is containing the substituent. If I am taking another example, if I am taking an example of like this, a molecule is present. Now the longest carbon chain length will be this, because the carbon holding this particular 2 chains, it is containing only 1 carbon, but here it is containing 2 carbons. So this is the longest carbon chain length. Now how to give the numbering is, we have to follow the lowest sum rule. Inside the box if I am taking, the numbering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the 7th carbon. But outside the box if I am taking, this is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth one, fifth one, 6 and 7. Here inside the box, this particular carbon is containing a substituent on the third position, but outside the box it is containing on the 5th position. So which should be given a priority, third or the 5th? always we have to check with the lowest sum rule. So third is the substituent containing, so I can write this particular as 3. Okay, and next point is numbers and alphabet. Okay, now next point is if it is containing more than 2 substituents, if it contains more than 2 substituents, then how to follow this? If I am taking an example, here it is containing 5 carbon atoms. In this positions I am containing a substituent. Now if I am taking this particular carbon, here it is attached with 1 carbon and here also it is attached with 1 carbon atom. So I am taking this as the longest carbon chain length and these as the substituents. Now the parent carbon chain length, if I am giving the numbering inside the box, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is from the left to the right I am taking the numbering. If I am taking outside the box one more numbering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So always we have to check with what? Lowest sum rule. According to lowest sum rule, here within the box it is containing 2 plus 3. But outside the box it is containing 3 plus 4. So 2 plus 3 is how much? 5. 4 plus 3 is how much? 7. So always I am supposed to follow the lowest sum rule. That is nothing but the substituents inside the box should be given a higher priority. And next point is always numbers should be separated by comma. Numbers should be separated by comma. So it should be written as 2, 3. Next point, numbers and alphabet should be separated. Numbers and alphabet should be separated by hyphen. So 2, 3 hyphen. Next, if same substituents are present, if same type of substituents are present, then prefix di, tri should be given. Di, tri, so on should be given. As it is containing 2 substituents, I am giving here 2, 3 di. And as it is containing only 1 carbon as a substituent, I should give here as methyl. One more point over here. As it is containing 1 carbon atom, the root word for this is methane. But when it is containing as a substituent, it should be given as yl. Ane is converting into yl. So methane is converting into methyl. That is the reason I have given this particular as 2, 3 dimethyl. Okay. Next, what is the particular? We have to go with the particular name of the compound. Now as this is the particular molecule 2, 3 dimethyl. Now total number of carbons are how many? 5 carbons. As it is containing a 5 carbon atoms, the name should be given as 2, 3 dimethyl pent. Pent is because 5 carbon atoms. And as it is containing all with the single bonds, it should be given as ane. So the name of this particular compound is 2, 3 dimethyl. This is nothing but our secondary prefix, and this is the root word, and this is the primary suffix when only the carbon chain length is present. Now one more point, if a molecule is containing a straight chain, molecule contains straight chain, then prefix n should be given. N should be given. If I am taking an example of 5 carbon atoms in a straight chain, so the name of this compound, and always remember students here, that is each carbon should have the 4 bonds. Here already it is containing 1, so it is less of more 3. Those 3 should be satisfied by the hydrogen atoms, and here it is containing 2. So how many hydrogens over here? 2 hydrogens. and here also it is containing 2 bonds, so 2 hydrogen atoms, 2 bonds, so 2 hydrogens. In this case it is 3 because it is containing only 1. As it is containing in the form of the straight chain, it should be given as N. And you have to keep a hyphen. And how many carbons are there totally? 5 carbon atoms. For this particular root word is pent. As it is containing a single bonds, it is given as ane. So the name of this compound is N-pentane. Now next, if a molecule is containing second position, if a substituent is present, second position, if a substituent is present, then prefix iso should be given. So the same molecule, if I am writing this as 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms, second position is attached with the carbon atom. So as the second position is containing a carbon, it is given as iso. And totally the overall molecule is containing 5 carbon atoms. So the root word is pent, and here it is ane. This is the name isopentane. Or it can be written as second position is containing single carbon atom, it is given as 2 hyphen methyl. And totally how many are there in the carbon chain length? 4 carbons. For 4 carbons the root word is but. As it is containing all with the single bonds, ane. So its name is 2-methyl butane. And next, one more thing, if a carbon atom is attached with 4 carbon atoms, then neo should be given as a prefix. So a carbon holding the 4 carbon atoms, that should be given as neo.